Hello from Philadelphia. Thank you, Donna Garrett, for providing this venue to get the word out about the importance of working towards creating a locality annual report. Special call out to Father Scott Riley and Father John Pietro Paoli for your support and prayers for making our first annual report from a goal on paper to a reality in digital and print. I'm excited to be here with you today and provide this 10-minute talk entitled, "It's Not Just an Annual Report." My name is Corinne Murphy, and I'm on the Territorial Development Team with a specific mission to help coordinate the fundraising efforts in Philadelphia with all of our mission partners. Mission partners are the apostles that God has called in our unique geographic area to support, invest, and further the mission of Regnum Christi, to reveal, form, and launch apostles to help build the kingdom and renew the church. Today, we're going to address 5 key areas or answer 5 questions. Number 1, what is an annual report? 2, why is an annual report necessary in your evangelization efforts? 3, what is the process behind creating the report? 4, who will help you develop the report? And finally, we'll end with the impact of putting in practice an annual report each year. So let's get to it. What is an annual report? Well, when you think of the term annual report, you may get the initial impression that it is only for large for-profit corporations who are required to report to their shareholders what their investment has gained for them. Well, yes, it is. You may also envision a mundane written document with financial figures and biographies of executives that no one really or necessarily cares about. Well, the best annual reports will invoke emotion and engage the reader to ask questions about its content. If we asked a corporation, what is the purpose of your annual report, they may say something to the effect, to engage our stakeholders and win loyal customers. Well, in our work for the church, we will use this language. The purpose of the Regnum Christi annual report is to excite our leaders, acknowledge and thanking our mission partners, and win them for Christ. It is the go-to document for all RC leadership who want to tell the story, the accomplishments and the mission of Regnum Christi in your geographic area, and connected to the larger mission of the territory. The report documents to everyone the major impact the mission has had over the preceding year. So we are reporting this year our mission impact from last year. This may be a challenge for some, but I'm going to say it anyway. It may be more important than your locality website. The annual report is more important because it brings together in a succinct, focused way the entire RC family, all the branches, and it's representative of the depth and the scale of what RC has been doing in North America with a very specific focus on the local mission and its economy. Websites tend to be more detailed, providing necessary access to registration of events, or how to find out more about the breadth of the entire mission. In contrast, the annual report is going to be a focused document, preferably both printed and digital, used when you meet with a pastor, a diocesan leader, and a person who has expressed a direct desire to invest in the mission. So when you are asked, "What do you do, Father?" or "What are the results of your activities and what is your vision for the future?" or "Why should I invest my time, resources, or dollars into your mission?" they can find the answer very easily in the annual report. The second point is, why is the annual report necessary in our evangelization efforts? I'd like to begin by telling you my personal story on how my husband and I first met the Legion back in 2009. We were both invited to a living room gathering by friends. I had no idea how these wonderful priests were connected to my hosts, my mission, the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, or what their specific purpose was in Philadelphia. Fast forward 3 years, and I am now personally introduced to Mission Youth and the consecrated women on a mission with my youngest daughter. During the mission, those priests showed up again to provide confession and formation. And so what I thought was, wow, there's those priests that I met. As I became more involved as a volunteer with Mission Youth, I began to meet lay people who called themselves Regnum Christi members. The puzzle pieces were still not providing me the final picture just yet. Last year, I was invited to join the development team, and while I was in Chicago, I heard this exciting vision for mission and evangelization of church through the Regnum Christi family. I began to learn more about our apostolic schools, the best kept secret, the many institutions, the consecrated men and women, and the ordained, all working together as a family. My point is that the vision only unfolded by being on the inside, and because of the complexity of the family and the breadth of all of our apostolic initiatives, the annual report can make the complex simple and provide a very quick glimpse into the bigger picture by highlighting all the apostolic activities that draw people in like myself and engage us in mission. I'd like to think of the annual report as the family plan for your locality, to excite and give the depth of the mission, to celebrate your accomplishments, and set the stage practically and emotionally for the next year of mission. So far we've talked about what the annual report is and why it's necessary. So now let's discuss the actual process of bringing together all the content for the report. The process for me was so rewarding to help coordinate and learn what was in the heart of the apostles of God that had been placed in our locality, and how our Lord continues to place in a specific geographic area next to his tabernacle so many gifted people. We really never have to look outside our locality. God places the exact individuals with all their gifts and their resources right in our own backyards. So let's first consider who are the local apostles that contributed to the mission. Begin to interview them, document, and collect what each one believes is the mission highlights of the preceding year. The apostles include RC members, friends, donors, consecrated men and women, the Legion of Christ, even pastors of local parishes in which we serve. Begin with a good template. The template provides the framework for organizing all your thoughts. We designed our own template based upon the one that worked for our locality, and we're very happy to share it with you. Remember always, who is the audience? It may be someone like myself who 9 years ago had been touched by Regnum Christi, but does not know the language or the scope of the mission. Begin to coordinate the stories, the high-resolution photos, and use of the territorial marketing resources or the locality assets to actually brand it. We reached out to a local design firm, Faith and Family Publications, to help with the actual graphic design and left it to the experts. We desired for the report to evoke emotion and tell our story, so we created a personal section entitled Joy, Dreams, and Prayers from your Philadelphia Legion of Christ priests. Their individual personalities came through and made the report very personal. We used the report to thank our benefactors through name recognition and volunteers through the content in our letters from the RCD and local committee. The exercise of auditing and consolidating our financials was so healthy for the locality. We enlisted the help of an accountant to validate our operating budget and made sure that the reported expense categories and income was clearly stated for total transparency and was easy to explain by all using the report. In other words, the fathers did not need to be accountants to explain the reported economy. On to our next point. Who is going to help you create the report? It is a total coordination effort. The template is already created, so the actual process of consolidating the information in one spot is a great exercise in organization and the beginning of an annual process that can help unify the locality and all the branches and begin to break down any silos or barriers to transparent communication. It highly increases financial transparency, which always in turn develops a deeper level of trust between all the branches. As a result, we all grow in holiness through this process. To simplify the process, we suggest you pray for and identify one person as the coordinator, interviewer, and organizer of the stories and the images and the content. How long it takes from start to finish, well, it really depends on how responsive and important it is for the entire locality. We began the process after the local committee gave us the approval to move forward in April, and 4 months later we had our first draft. 2 weeks later we were ready for production with a few edits and content changes. Next year we anticipate it will only take 1 month if the template stays the same. Well, finally is the impact. We do not have an actual dollar figure impact as this is our first report, but I will suggest you speak with both Father Scott and Father John as they are just beginning to present the report to our mission partners. It has been an excellent reason to meet, to thank them, and discuss the mission impact in Philadelphia. In conclusion, I would like to highly encourage you, even if you do not have the budget for the actual product this year, to begin the process of organizing and collecting all the content in one spot. Pray and identify someone who can help you coordinate your efforts and budget for the actual design and print in 2019. I hope I was able to provide you with some insights into why it's not just an annual report. God bless and thank you for your time.